tears I cried, no, I can get over it. So don't you?
Now, almost a year ago on March 18th, U.S. President Joe Biden would have nominated Candace as U.S. Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago. And on November 14th, Vice President Kamala Harris actually administered the oath of office. And this morning, she joins us on set to chat about her experience so far in settling into Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning,
Hi,
Candace.
good morning, Marcus. So great to meet you, and thank you for having me.
So great to meet you as well. So welcome to Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you.
I know you've been here. I've been following you on Twitter and on social media, and I realized that you've been having a time. How was your carnival?
Oh, carnival was fantastic.
Yeah?
It was just an incredible experience. It was my first one. In the States, I've been to Mardi Gras, but I'm sorry, it pales in comparison. Yes, it was we participated in all the fetes, so many to name. I was doing pan-yard crawls, and then...
I saw you in Kitty's Carnival with your daughter. I saw you see pictures of you here in Juve as well.
Yes, we enjoyed Juve, got up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Throwing paint and mud. It was it was great.
Did you understand the concept?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I know you also went to Camboulay.
Yeah.
So you got up?
Yes, absolutely got up for Camboulay. I think that was really important. And I think that's what's so unique about our countries is this shared diaspora and people-to-people ties, and our experience in terms of slavery and uprising. There's so much that we share between our countries, and that we honor each other's culture. And I think as a diplomat, it's my first time as a diplomat, that celebrating the culture of Trinidad and Tobago is absolutely important.
Was there any one thing that stood out to you the most and said, yeah, this part I really, really, really enjoyed, or I learned a lot, or I felt connected to any one particular of the things that you did?
I felt connected to everything and everyone, which is so true. And people will say to me, well, what's your favorite part of Trinidad? What did you like the best? And I have to say that it's not necessarily a part or a place. It's the people. It's the feeling. I have experienced so much joy and warmth and acceptance from the people. And that's what makes it so very special.
And I think that's the thing that we even missed in Trinidad and Tobago, because we had no carnival for the last 2 years.
That's right.
So lots of people have been commenting to me about that love that's in the air around the carnival time.
It was a lot of joy.
Yeah.
I saw and learned a couple new dances.
Always fun. That's always fun.
Always fun.
How did you enjoy the steel pan experience? Because I know you visited a couple of pan yards as well.
I did. So I went down to Cuba and went to that pan yard, and the Joylanders, they actually came in second. I'm very proud of them.
And I see seeing you here at Phase 2 pan yard as well.
Yeah, Phase 2 pan yard. And I had the really great experience of being able to, my first pan yard experience was with Dr. Boogsie Sharp. And we sang and cried and just for about a half an hour. It was just beautiful.
Nice.
And so the other pan yards I went to the Avengers pan yard.
Yeah.
So I did the whole crawl.
Definitely. Yeah. I saw that one of your public affairs officers, they actually play pan in Phase 2.
Yeah, Kirsten Mishner, and
Kirsten,
she was on.
Kirsten, yes, she is.
Kirsten. Yes, Kirsten.
Yes.
She's going to be Phase 2.
So she definitely had to make sure you were part of that one to enjoy the Phase 2 experience as well.
That's right, and I did. And she was on the cover of the newspaper for that. Yeah. So
most definitely. Now, a little bit, I want to get into a little bit about you, because, I mean, your background is business, primarily. Yes. You've been a consultant on a bunch of different projects. You've been hailed in Los Angeles, in Missouri, in New York. You've been hailed in the U.S. I mean, obviously, because now you're an ambassador, so the president saw it fit to nominate you. But how do you see yourself bringing those skill sets to the job of the ambassador?
Well, I think, first and foremost, all the things that I've done really focus on community development. So as part of my DNA, both of my parents were very active in the community and dedicated to uplifting the communities in which they lived and the people which they lived with, and making better opportunities for them. So that's how I grew up, and that was pretty much how we were raised. So all of my experiences, whether they were professional, my educational, and then when I got to Los Angeles, I really focused on how can I uplift the community, and mostly for underserved populations, people who have less opportunity. What can I do to make a difference? And so became very involved in terms of housing, education, healthcare, and these are all the things that are really important to uplifting a community. You have to have all that together in order to do well and to thrive.
Yeah.
And children I was on the Board of Education in Los Angeles County as well. And so I look forward to bringing all those skills and also economic development skills and how we can improve and diversify the economy here. I mean, Trinidad means business. I'll talk to my friends. They're like, oh, you just must be laying around on the beach. I was like, no.
No.
I was like, they are up and working here. I was like, this is a island of business and opportunity. And I've been to Tobago as well.
That's where we tend to do more of the relaxing on the beach.
That's where you do more of the relaxing.
Yeah.
I'm coming back for the goat races, y'all. So, yeah.
So I see, well, you've been meeting already with our heads of state. How have those conversations been going, the initial, meet and greets?
Oh, initial meet and greets have been fantastic. The Prime Minister has been fantastic, very clear about his goal and vision for the growth of Trinidad and Tobago, its economic diversification. And he is truly looked upon by the United States and the leadership of the United States as the leader in the Caribbean region, particularly when it comes to energy security. So one of the things that you'll see from the United States, and one of the reasons I'm here, is to ensure that we're focused on our Caribbean partners and what's a particular initiative started by the Biden-Harris administration called PAC 2020, where we're talking about a partnership to focus on climate change and also bring new energy opportunities to the Caribbean region. Also bring new development opportunities, access to finance, food security, energy security. So these are all things that we're tremendously focused on. The other great thing that I love about meeting the ministers is there's so many women in positions of power.
Yeah.
And they have been very warm and accepting. I've loved working with them. You're seeing women in positions of power, whether it, parliament, opposition, in the legal sense,
President.
also and the business sector as well. And that's something that's very unique, and unlike the United States, you usually don't walk into a room and see so many leaders as you do.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You all got it going on.
I didn't realize that the ratio was so significant.
It is. It's incredibly significant. And I've been speaking with the young women here, and they're very focused, and they know what they want to do. They know what their future holds. Many of them want to own their own businesses.
Yeah.
Many of them are entrepreneurial. They have just a very enterprising spirit, which is lovely to see.
Now, I know that one of the things that's been going around in the media recently would have been that report from 2020 that the U.S. would have done regarding human trafficking in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Is that something that you plan to deal with, or to put a finger on to see exactly how you can do your part in dealing with
absolutely. We have been working on that, and we actually have a number of initiatives, through the U.S. Embassy. We just recently gave a grant for $70,000 to help with Venezuelan migrants and trafficking in persons. There's also a Secure 2.0 program. That's a $13 million program that's in 4 countries, including Trinidad.
When you say these dollar figures, this is U.S. or TT?
This is U.S.
Just making sure. I just wanted to be clear on that.
I'm U.S. Yeah.
Right,
this is U.S. Yes. And then also we have another initiative that we just launched in September of roughly $1 million, actually, to help in terms of helping with victims of trafficking. So both the victims, assistance for victims of trafficking, but also on the law enforcement side, working with Minister Hines, ensuring that they have funds and programming to help fight the scourge of trafficking in persons. So we're very much involved. It's a priority for us, and it's something we're very focused on, and that we want to help as much as possible to end the scourge.
Was there a root of the problem that we can try to tackle?
Well, human trafficking is actually, sadly, is a worldwide issue and problem. And so, I think people must understand and respect that it's a very serious problem. It's almost, like being back in slavery. And so they have to really think about that and think about, women, children, others who are being pushed into forced labor. Or being, forced into sex trafficking. And this is something you have to really think about that. Think about your own history and how we cannot go back there and repeat that, and how it's important that we make sure that it doesn't happen.
I think it's important how we touch on how serious it is, because I feel like oftentimes people tend to make light of it and use it sometimes as a argument or political football in some cases. And I think it's very important for us to focus on the actual victims and the people who have been suffering through it.
That's right. And many people are coming from places where they're fleeing for their lives.
Yeah.
They're coming from places where, they're hoping that their children can have better lives. And so you have to have empathy for that. And I know the people of Trinidad and Tobago have empathy and warmth and love, and they have to think about it from that perspective.
Most definitely. Now, I know that you also have some background in entertainment and media.
Yes.
So I'm curious as to, I heard, I don't know how true it is or not, right? So forgive me if it's untrue. But there were some challenges when it comes to, or maybe there's some clamping down rather, when it comes to entertainment visas and artists getting entertainment visas and things of that nature. Is there a way that we can improve those relationships when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago artists, especially now that you've experienced Carnival and you see what our artists can do?
Well, no, everyone gets equal treatment.
Of course.
But we have an excellent consular office, and we have great leadership. And actually, in our consular office, it's you can get a visa faster here than you can in the United States. So this is, we are online. We have appointments available. We have just brought in new staff. So these are all things that we can, assist with.
Okay,
so,
fantastic.
But one thing I want to make sure that people understand, you don't trust someone when they say they can get you a visa. You can only get a visa from a U.S. consular officer. And so we have, appointments online, and that you must go to the U.S. Embassy.
And you heard it directly from the U.S. ambassador.
Yes.
Go directly to the embassy. Do not trust anybody else. All right. Now, you've been here for a little while.
Yeah.
I've trusted that you've had a taste of several different dishes, local dishes. What has stood out to you so far the most?
Well, doubles, man. Yeah, I got to get my parking lot doubles.
You know what? We can't have a better national dish than doubles. So I want to thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And,
such a pleasure.
Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago again. I hope that you enjoy your time here, and I look forward to the work that you're definitely going to be doing.
Oh, thank you. I'm loving it.
Nice.
So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency Candace A. Bond, the United States Ambassador to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, joining us on set this morning to just chat about settling in so far. This is an Our Morning Show. Please enjoy the rest of the show. Stay tuned and take a quick break and come back.
Thank you.